Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to make a super easy breakfast. All you're going to need is yogurt. We use 7 Stars Farms, which is an organic yogurt with added probiotics for good gut health. I also add my own probiotics to it. This is my son's yogurt usually, so we add some kids a raw probiotic. You're going to need Ningxia Red. You're going to need about 1/4 of a cup to 1/2 of a cup. And then you're going to need some type of dried dairy. You can add nuts if you want. I have Plum Amazins from Sunsweet. And I also have Nature's Promise, which is, these are dried cranberries. And I have some shredded coconut that's unsweetened. So first what you're going to want to do is take your yogurt and dump it into a bowl that you can easily mix everything together. I forgot to say you also want to have some flaxseed in this as well to give it just that boost of omega-3s. Start out with your Ningxia Red. I'm going to add about 1/2 of a cup. And you can hear my son, he's crying because he thinks that I'm not going to give him any of this, and he sees the Ningxia Red and he wants it. So there's about 1/2 of a cup in there. Next, what I like to add is our flaxseed. And I'm just going to use the same exact container. 1/4 a cup of flaxseed is equivalent to 4 tablespoons of 4 tablespoons. So 1/4 cup flaxseed. Mama's almost done. For this one, I'm going to do the plum pieces instead of the cranberry pieces. But you can use any type of dried fruit, fresh fruit. We use the dried fruit just because in the winter it was really convenient, and now we're getting more and more into using the fresh fruits. As you can tell, I'm not going to make it through this video without giving him some juice. 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 So we have the flaxseed, the dried fruit, the Ningxia Red. I like to add shredded coconut because it gives it a nice texture, and it also gives it some healthy fat as well. And I'm sorry, I don't measure it out. It's probably about 1/4 cup for the entire jar of yogurt. And we also add seeds. You do not need to add seeds if you don't want to. These are raw pumpkin seeds, and just a handful of raw pumpkin seeds. When my son was a little smaller, we ground up the sunflower seeds for him because they don't digest, and when you're little and you don't chew, it made for some gross diapers. So now you just want to mix it all up, and the Ningxia Red gives it a kind of reddish orange color. For an adult, since this does have so many added fats and so many added ingredients, we're not using low fat here. This has 11 grams of fat. I get it because it's full fat, and that's what my son needs for development. It has 10 grams of sugar and 8 grams of protein. So for an adult, if I was just eating this plain, that would be great. But I added all of this great stuff into it to boost the fat content and all of just the nutrient content. My son really is not a great eater, and that's how I found out that I liked Ningxia Red yogurt, because I had a bite of his, and he loves it. This is looking a little bit thin, so I'm going to add a little bit more shredded coconut. And that's about another 1/4 of a cup. The shredded coconut is unsweetened. Coconut's naturally pretty sweet. Your yogurt's almost done. Oh, as I was saying, for an adult, I'd eat about a 1/2 cup of this. A serving size is 1 cup. I do 1/2 cup with a bowl of fruit, or just 1/2 cup and put it in my smoothie. Next, what I do is I divide this up for a week. So we have these great handy little glass bowls that we store our yogurt in. They're a great serving size. This is just a 1/4 cup measured out. And this is really all that my son even eats. He just eats about a 1/4 of a cup of this. Or I'm sorry, about a 1/2 cup of this. I'm adding 1/2 cup to each bowl. I'm going to give you yogurt, I promise. I add about 1/2 cup to each bowl. And this is what he will eat for breakfast for the next week. Sometimes he even goes on and eats it for even longer. So 1 jar can last about, this is 2, 4, 5, it lasts about 7 to 10 days. Here's your yogurt, Bubba. The reason I started adding Ningxia Red to his yogurt is because it's full of so many antioxidants. It's such a great drink to have. Of course, he's not having a full serving. He's almost 2, so he's not quite 2 yet. He's not having a full serving. You can drink 1 to 2 fluid ounces 2 times daily. It's really good when it's cold. It's okay when it's warm, but after you open the bottle, you want to stick it in the fridge. It has tons and tons of different fruits in it. It has Ningxia wolfberry, blueberries, plums, cherries, aronia, pomegranate, and the essential oils in it are grape seed extract, orange, yuzu rind oil, lemon rind oil, and tangerine rind oil. For 1 fluid ounce, it is 15 calories and 3 grams of carbs. It has 2 grams of sugar. So when we're buying the plain yogurt, it gives it a pretty nice flavor. It doesn't make it too sweet. The dried fruit and the shredded coconut also sweetens up the yogurt as well. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. This is a staple in our household. Like I said, my son, he's such a picky eater. He won't eat meat. He won't eat anything really unless it's yogurt. And he runs around the grocery store saying, "Gurt, Gurt, Gurt," until I buy the yogurt so that I can make it for him. But like I said, if you have any questions about making this or storing it, please feel free to ask. And I'll see you for the next meal.